Let's start with the debate. You and your team have said you had a bad night, but your friend Nancy Pelosi actually framed the question that I think is on the minds of millions of Americans. Was this a bad episode or the sign of a more serious condition?
It's a bad episode.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Thinking Cap. It is clear Joe Biden's recent interview with ABC did little or nothing to calm the nerves of Americans who believe the president's mental and physical capacity to succeed in his re-election bid is beyond weak. And this include members of his own party, Democrats. While the president responded, or in some instance refused to respond to some of the important issues raised during the interview with ABC News' George Stephanopoulos, there are significant areas where his answers fall short. Let's break down the key takeaways and critically analyze what was said.
Let's start with the debate. You and your team have said you had a bad night, but your friend Nancy Pelosi actually framed the question that I think is on the minds of millions of Americans. Was this a bad episode or the sign of a more serious condition?
It's a bad episode.
Let's start with President Biden's response to the first question regarding whether his debate performance was due to a bad episode or a sign of a serious condition. When the president attributed it to a bad episode, it immediately reinforced the widely held belief that Joe Biden might not be fit to continue serving in office, let alone run for another 4-year term. Simply put, if the office of the American president is the toughest in the world, how is it not a national risk to let a man who suffers episodes of mental frailty stand before tough world leaders and make deals that impact America and the lives of Americans? This raises serious concerns about his capability and strength. Biden also claimed his poor performance during the debate was due to exhaustion. This explanation appears disingenuous or, at best, a failed attempt to justify what many consider the worst performance by a candidate in an American presidential debate. His campaign and handlers have often blamed jet lag from his trip to Europe. However, this excuse falls flat as the president returned from Europe 11 or 12 days before the debate and spent 6 of those days at Camp David preparing. Other excuses, such as having a cold, have also been floated, but none have been convincing to the public.
Did you ever watch the debate afterwards?
I don't think I did, no.
The president stated he wasn't sure whether he had watched the debate. This ambiguity goes beyond a mere episode. It suggests a more serious condition of mental incapacity. If the president cannot confidently say whether he has watched a 90-minute video of his own performance, it raises significant concerns about his cognitive abilities. Alternatively, if he is aware but chooses to be evasive, it paints him as a pathological liar, ironically mirroring the accusations he has made against his opponent, Donald Trump. Moreover, it was recently reported that President Biden told a group of Democratic governors that he needs more sleep and has stopped scheduling meetings after 8 p.m. If anyone claims that Joe Biden's remaining time in office is not a critical national risk, they must be ignoring the facts. As the leader of the free world, the president's responsibilities demand sharp, active mental and physical strength to handle engagements across different time zones, communicate with world leaders, and respond to national emergencies. If an event similar to 9/11 were to happen again, would Joe Biden possess the mental capability to respond effectively and command the necessary actions to save American lives swiftly and decisively? This is a question of paramount importance. Joe Biden and the Democrats are running with the narrative that Trump lied throughout the debate. Nothing could be further from the truth. Ironically, even CNN, a network known for its favorable and positive coverage of the Biden administration, immediately came out after the debate to outline the many lies Joe Biden told. If CNN, a heavily left-leaning media outlet, is bold enough to call out Biden on his falsehoods, it suggests that his dishonesty was significant enough to merit such a response. Clearly, the Democrats are deeply concerned, not just about losing the presidency with Biden, but also about the downstream impact on other races on the ballot. As for President Biden recovering from his last debate performance, it remains uncertain. There are doubts about his ability to regain confidence and sway public opinion positively. Regarding the Democrats potentially replacing him with another candidate for electoral success, it's a complex decision involving political strategy, timing, and the candidate's appeal and readiness. Your thoughts on these matters would be valuable in the comment section below. Thanks for watching.